Hi everyone, Elisa Joyce 42 here. Thank you for taking the time to watch me, listen to me, all that. So, a couple things I wanted to touch on is some of us are just moving in different directions than we have been for the past 10 plus years, 5 plus years, 2 plus years, 6 months. We're all at different spaces, places, times, everything. For some people, it has to do with what we just went through. For some, it could go further. It could go further back than that. For some, it's recent. For some, it's a accumulation of things. Whatever puts you on your journey, nevertheless, you're on it. And just know that you're supported. Just know that there's people out there that's in the same space as you. Even if you're on a journey, but you don't want to call it spiritual, you don't know what to call it. You just know that you woke up one day and you're like, oh shit, I don't have the same interest that I once had. That's called growth, right? So some people could still look at that as spiritual. Some people won't. Some people just simply say growth and don't want to touch spiritual because that feels too much like religious in some people's heads, not everybody. So it's your preference. Whatever you want to call the pace and the space that you're in, that is your choice. I'm calling it spiritual for me for a multitude of reasons. But wherever you at, whatever your growth is, whatever it looks like for you, that is your choice. Don't allow nobody to talk you out of it or try and tell you anything different because they're not in your head and your heart, your soul, your mind, all of that, okay? And we know we sometimes have people around us that will try and tell us something different about where we're at. Oh, well, it's you just gonna do something for the moment, or you'll be right back to the same person you was, or this and that and the other. There's a multitude of reasons why that happened. One could be fear. That's the biggest thing for me, I feel, why people in your space will say that. It's fear. Fear of, am I going to lose the connection to you because of where you are at? And I see it, and I don't want to truly own what I'm seeing of you. So let me try and talk you out of it and make you feel like it's just a temporary thing. Instead of just accepting you for who you are regardless, right? The other thing is, I'm not where you at. I don't have this epiphany, so I don't want to be in this by myself. I don't want to be here while you're there, which can come back to fear. The fear of being rejected, the fear of being alone. But again, everybody's journey is different, whatever they're going through. We're not going to always be at the same pace. Hell, we're not even at the same pace when it comes to reading, writing, and math. I know once you get beyond algebra, I'm done. But I can read all day, all night, and I'm okay. I love writing. I can write. You know, I'm not a speed reader, but there are some people that will absorb something, read it within 5 seconds flat, and be able to write an entire essay. I may have to read it again. So just an example of we're all at different paces with whatever we do in life. Same applies to whatever journey you on and whatever you want to call it. It is your right to call your journey whatever you want to call it. Even if you want to call it a journey of trees, it don't have to make sense to nobody but you. Okay? So just know this, and just know that there's a reason and purpose for it all. Whether that sounds cliche or not, there's a reason and purpose for it all. For the fact that you are where you are. You were placed where you are for a reason. And it is yours and yours alone. And sometimes it's meant to spend that journey, whatever it is, whatever you're calling it, alone. And those that are supposed to be there with you in the end, they'll appear, because they'll just sit back and be patient, go on and do what they got to do. That's what we should be doing anyway. Anything that we do in life, your real ones, they'll go ahead and continue on with their life, and they'll see you and catch up with you, right? I have one person in my life where even if we don't get to speak to each other as much as we would like to speak to each other because we're in different states, when we call each other, we do a quick little catch up. We're talking for a few hours. We are, because we're playing catch up, and that's it. That's all we can do. I am past, personally, I'm past explaining everything to everyone. I've done that so many times in my life, and I can't do it anymore. It's exhausting. And because I am, quote unquote, a helper, according to all the assessments that I've took, a caregiver, a helper, peacemaker, all of that. If anybody's familiar with all these different assessments, I can't even think of the name of it right now. When I think of it, I'll tell you. I apologize for that, but all of a sudden it just left my head. But there's these different personality tests that you can take. I want to say Enneagram. But if you want, feel free to leave in a comment the assessment if you're familiar with what I'm talking about. And I always score a helper. So if anybody's familiar with this or want to take the time to look it up, it can be exhausting. However, I'm saying that, but it won't stop me. That's who I've always been since I was a kid. And one thing about helpers is you will stop at nothing to make sure that everybody around you are good. Yeah. So I'm in self-preservation mode more now than ever because of the countless things that have happened in my life, countless things that have happened in your life, I'm sure, and just all around the world. It's no need to speak on every little thing, right? Because we all have a story, be it childhood, young adulthood, wherever you are in life. You know, I'm up there. We all have a story. And with that, it can continuously keep you moving forward and like nothing's ever happened. Or one day you just wake up and it's like the floodgates don't open and everything you've ever been through has hit you at one damn time. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And you're literally paralyzed and don't know which way to go. Figuratively speaking, of course. You are just stuck. And you're like, wait a minute. I'm resilient. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I moved through whatever. And it was not a big deal. So what's going on now that I'm not moving the same? Well, that's what I experienced. And when you experience that, then there's a fear, then there's a self-doubt. So when you find yourself fast forwarding through this, when you find yourself waking up and you no longer have certain interests anymore, no longer want to go right when you've all, you know, when you've been going right for 10 plus years and now you're going left and, you know, going up when you was going down, you know, don't try to look too much into it. It's called growth. And whatever title you want to put on that growth, that's your place, that's your business. So I just want to leave you with this real quick, that don't feel the need to apologize for where you are. Just, you don't have to be rude about it. I'll talk to you when I can. I'll give you the details later when I get to can. Just know I'm just growing. My interests are changing. But I still love you. I still care about you. And we still going to talk. We still going to kick it. But just know I'm just in a different place right now. I'm kind of going through some things and I'm in a different place. That's all you need to say. If you want to use less words than that, that's your choice. But you know, depending on who you're talking to, they may or may not be easy with that. And look, that's their choice. So don't put any pressure on yourself about where your growth is taking you. Don't put any pressure on what to call your growth. Do what you need to do for you and tell people, I get up with you later. I love you, but I get up with you later. I'm just taking care of me. And just know their reaction is not anything personal. It's a reflection of them and their fear and don't want to be left behind. But if they're true blue, they'll go ahead, go to work, focus on their hobbies, focus on what their purpose is in life, and they'll see you. Y'all will hook up for coffee, do whatever it is y'all need to do, get on the line, talk about the reality shows or whatever y'all talk about, and move forward from there. So enjoy your journey, enjoy yourself, and no pressure. So this is just a portion of what I want to talk about with you guys. I hope that you will like and subscribe to hear more, because I have more gosh, I have so much more. I just hope somebody's interested in hearing it, because it's a lot. And I'm learning as I go with this, okay? But this is me. You're not gonna see a whole bunch of frills and thrills. I don't have that in me. But I'll get up with you later. But I don't have the frills and I don't have it in me. This is what I have, and this is what I'm prepared to offer. And I hope you will enjoy it. And if so, like and subscribe. Be blessed.